morning, everybody! Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night! I am King Pigley, your host here on Gaming Imperfectly, and welcome to the channel, guys. Welcome to Gaming Imperfectly. How are you guys today, man? I hope you guys are doing so freaking fantastic that you're damn near ready to evaporate with sheer joy and happiness. That's what I hope for each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here with me today, guys. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I am King Pigley, and I hope you like what you see. But if you're returning, thank you so much. You guys are the best. I have the best subscribers in all of YouTube. And that's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to review a movie, play a little Division 2, because you know how King Pigley likes playing Division 2. And stick around into the video, guys, where I'll be reading comments from all you wonderful people, because that's what I like to do. I like reading your comments at the end of the video. You guys take time to write them. I'm going to take time to read them. It's important. I want people to know what you have to say, because it's important what you have to say. At least I think so. So stick around to the end of the video. Also, spoiler alert, guys. I'm going to spoil this movie that we're going to talk about. You might be asking yourself, King Pigley, what are we going to talk about? What are you going to spoil? The Terminator. We're going to talk about the Terminator. It's been a week since we've done an Arnold Schwarzenegger film, and as you guys know, I am a huge Arnold Schwarzenegger fan, and love his movies. Grew up watching them. I can't see anything because of the... Oh, it's so beautiful. Look at that moving crate, shipping container. Such a lovely color of beige. Where is everybody? This place is supposed to be taken. It's awfully quiet. Oh, I see him. I see a bad guy now. All right, so but let's not waste any time. All right, let's just start this movie review. The Terminator, 1984 is when the Terminator came out. It's directed by James Cameron. It was absolutely fantastic. It's one of the best movies ever done with the sci-fi horror genre. It's not an action film, although it has great action in it. It is certainly sci-fi horror. But we're just going to go ahead, without getting sidetracked too terribly much, because you know how King Pigley's brain works. It's a train wreck up there. It's amazing I even know my own name. So, let's try to stay on track here and review this movie while I get the shit. I'm on fire! I'm on fire! Somebody stop, drop, and roll. Pee on me if you have to. Just R. Kelly me. I need to be put out. In this, when he shows up, also butt naked as the day he was born, you don't know who's good and who's bad. You really don't know what to think. You're not really sure what's going on. You see Arnold Schwarzenegger show up, and then you get to see a very super young Bill Paxton, who at this point in time in his career was an absolute nobody. Nobody really knew who he was, and he certainly was playing bit parts, and this is one of them. Arnold happens to walk up, butt naked, again, out of nowhere, and walks up on these three punk rock guys standing there drinking and hanging out doing, crazy crap that kids do in the middle of the night when they're running around doing stuff kids do in the middle of the night. And, when Arnold walks up on him, they thought it was a joke. They didn't know what was going on, so they're making fun of him and shit and all that jazz. They quickly find out otherwise when he requests for their clothes, which, of course, these guys are not too keen on giving up, and Arnold punches a hole through one of their chests. They quickly give up their clothes. You see Arnold Schwarzenegger's character go into a gun store. He buys a bunch of guns. You don't know what he's up to. You see Michael Bihn's character draw a gun, gets a gun from a cop. He seems crazy. You don't know what to believe. Meanwhile, Sarah Connor, I'm shaking. I'm getting shot. I can feel it. Sarah Connor's on the run. She knows people are trying to kill her because it's been on the news now. You know that it's Arnold Schwarzenegger by this point in time. He's the one going around killing people. It's been revealed that he is actually the real bad guy. He's killing innocent people named Sarah Connor because there's like 5 or 6 in the phone book. Meanwhile, she goes to a club. She gets freaked out because Michael Bihn's character is following her because you still don't know what his deal is, but then you quickly find out in a nightclub because there's a scene where the reveal happens. It's the big reveal in the movie about what is actually going on. Sarah Connor thinks Michael Bihn's character is the bad guy, and he is the one that's been following her, so she goes into this nightclub looking for safety. But she doesn't find it in there because he follows her in, and she's all terrified. But Arnold comes in as well, and he's looking for her. By this time, you know that he's trying to kill her. So he draws his gun, he points it at her head, Sarah, Arnold Schwarzenegger does, and just in the nick of time, Michael Biehn, who you didn't know was in there, you just know that he was following Sarah on the outside, you didn't see him come in, but he had come in, and he saves her by shooting Arnold numerous times. Of course, this doesn't stop the Terminator, he just gets up, and he tells Sarah, come with me if you want to live, kind of thing, and they run off together. And then begins a chase and everything else. What a good movie, guys. What else can I say about this film? At one point in time in this movie, they end up knocking boots. So you find out that Sarah Connor and Reese are the parents of John Connor, who Reese has explained to her, when she asks, why is this thing happening to me? Why is this machine after me? Everything else. And then you find out the story. In the future, machines take over. AI takes over and kills basically the world. Takes out humanity and does the deed. Nukes LA and everything else. Out of the ashes rises a resistance. And that resistance includes John Connor, Sarah's son. And so the machines get the idea that if they go back in time and they kill Sarah Connor before John is born, then there won't be a resistance, and then, all right, and then there won't be anybody to mess up the machine's plans. At one point in time, Sarah goes to a police station, and Reese comes to rescue her because the Terminator shows up at the police station and starts to kill everybody. Supply room access. We did it! All right! And, by the time the movie starts to wrap up, there's a big chase scene. Reese has been wounded. There's a big semi-truck Arnold's driving. The Terminator's starting to show some damage because he's taken a few wallops himself from Reese and from Sarah Connor. And then, there's pipe bombs involved and a whole bunch of stuff going on and lots of beautiful action. I mean, so well shot. It's so well done. Just an amazing, amazing film to draw you in and make you suspect, and you really believe as you're watching this movie. You become invested in the characters. Even the Terminator, and there's humorous parts in it too. And that's what's great about this. It's horror, it's scary, it's action-packed, it's sci-fi, and then you have the Terminator making one-liners at the door. Fuck you, asshole. Looking through a database of insults to say to the guy who's beating on his door, telling him he stinks in there. It's hilarious. And when you can add humor into a movie like that, I think you're in for a winner. Anyway, at the end, Reese ends up giving his life to save Sarah Connor. And Sarah ends up, fighting the Terminator to the point where, it's chasing her and it gets into a press and she crushes it and kills it. And that's how it ends. By the end of the movie, Sarah's driving off. She's out in Mexico. She's got her a dog because dogs always bark at Terminators. And did we restock? Let's go restock real quick. And then, Reese had a picture. When he came to her, he had a picture that John Connor had of Sarah Connor. And she actually has that picture taken at the end of the movie. So you see where the picture came from, and it all kind of ties everything together. And that pretty much is it for the Terminator, guys. I mean, it's a classic. If you haven't seen it, go watch the Terminator. Again, you can thank me later. You'll be like, holy crap, why have I not seen this? It's Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime. It's classic Arnold. It is must-watch cinema. I mean, it's must-watch sci-fi. You cannot not see this movie and be a fan of sci-fi or be a fan of Arnold Schwarzenegger. So by all means, if you haven't seen it, please go out, get it, buy it, watch it. I guarantee you the DVD will probably cost you like $8. It's not all that expensive, guys. And let me know what you think about it in the comment section, because I would love to hear from you guys on it and see what you got to say. I keep finding myself in the combat, and I don't want to be. Crazy lady. Lord, I want to wrap up. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, I really don't have much else to say about it. Let's rate it. There we go. I killed those dudes. So let's rate the Terminator. I give the Terminator 5 crowns. 5 crowns, hands down. Acting is great. Story is great. Directing is great. Action sequences are great. Humor's great. You name it. There's nothing about this film that I dislike. Absolutely nothing. I mean, I don't know what else to say. So I give the Terminator 5 crowns. And let's go and read some comments now that I've done that. You know, guys, I always like to read comments at the end of the video. So now that we've rated the Terminator, let's go ahead. The first comment comes from Grumpy Cloud. Grumpy Cloud says, "Rest in peace to the old console." Indeed. My old PlayStation died. I think I told you guys that back in the Subnautica video. I lost a lot of save files and everything else, and it's just a bummer. But I did get a new PlayStation, which is a positive thing. But that poor console. Do rest in peace, old console. Old friend, you will not be forgotten. I put a lot of hours on that console, man. I put a hurting on it. It's a wonder it lasted as long as it did. And the next comment, though, oh, Grumpy Cloud, thank you so much for your comment, man. I really appreciate it. Appreciate you watching and taking the time to leave a comment. It really means a lot to me, so thank you. And the next comment comes from Alyssa Cortez. Alyssa Cortez says, "Nice, heart." Well, thank you. I find myself nice as well, Alyssa, but I hope you like the video, too. I mean, don't just show up for this face. I'm just joking. Thank you, Alyssa. I really appreciate you watching the video, and thanks for the comment. I'm glad that you enjoyed the video. But that's it for King Piggly today, guys. If you haven't done it yet, go ahead and smash in that like button. Let's get this video up to 40 likes. Am I asking too much? Is that impossible? Most likely, because I stink. But I'm going to try. So please smash in that like button because it helps me know that you're enjoying the content, which is super important because I'm always working on improving to make better content for you guys. I want to improve. I want to do a lot of things on the channel, and I want you guys to enjoy it. It's important to me. And also, when you hit that like button, it lets YouTube know that you've enjoyed the video, and that's also super important for the channel and to me. So thank you guys. Hit that like button for me. Also, if you haven't done it yet, click the bell. Go ahead and get the notifications, guys. Keep coming back. Don't miss out on the next most imperfect video here on Gaming Imperfectly with your most imperfect of hosts, King Piggly, because you don't want to do that. You don't want to be that person. Be like, "Hey, did you see what Gaming Imperfectly did the other day?" And you're like, "No." And your friends will be like, "Dude, you're a dick." I'm just kidding. Nobody's going to say this. None of these scenarios that I ever come up with actually happen. But that's it for King Piggly today, guys. I am out of here. And I will see you guys in the next video.